Hello, I'm Jonathon Collopy from your Y. Welcome to Be Well. I'm fortunate to truly bring you these conversations to foster a mindful lifestyle of well-being. Our topic today is really exploring one person's journey leaving their homeland of Ukraine to escape the war in Russia. Our guest today, who has offered herself and is open to sharing about her journey, is Olga. Welcome, Olga. And I know your son is with us too.
Yes. Hello, Jonathan. Thank you so much for this amazing opportunity. It's a great honor for me to share the story and what we had to went through with all the wonderful community you have here in San Diego, California. And I'm truly grateful and happy to be here.
Well, I know it's not been easy, and I appreciate that we've been able to have you as part of our Y community here, and I'm thankful that you're safe at this point in time. But I know life is still challenging. But if you would share just a little bit about what your life was like back in Ukraine before you left.
Yes, sure. So before I was just an ordinary single mother, trying to find some life balance between working for my self-realization and well-being of my family, having my almost 2-year-old son and my grandparents and mother around me. I was working as a interpreter and a manager at different organizations, such as Japanese embassy, since I'm speaking English, Japanese, and obviously Russian and Ukrainian are my native. Also with United Nations Development Program shortly before giving birth. And I was always trying to find some work-life balance, being an active caregiver and just a person who was trying to help whoever I can in a way I could. So when my family is also the family of doctors, so they're just an ordinary family underpaid workaholic doctors who believe in righteous virtues and morality, and we all try to stick together, supporting each other, helping in the way we could.
What I would say is I want you to know, Olga, you're not just this ordinary person. I've had the opportunity to come to know you as you've shared with me your story and just what you've come through, and you're really an extraordinary person that I feel fortunate to have met. If you will, though, tell us about the day that the war started and what that experience was, and if we can kind of start there.
Yes, sure. Thank you so much for all the kind words and support. It means a lot to me. When the war has started, we didn't expect much. We were on alert from my friends and foreign friends who asked us to leave just in case. So when it happened on 24th February, 5 a.m., we woke up to the missile blasts in the morning, and I just checked on the news and saw that Putin has started the war in Ukraine. It was a terrible shock to myself first. I was lost and couldn't concentrate to figure out what to do. So not so much as my parents. And I took a decision to flee the home country. I asked my ex-husband to drive us away from there because obviously it was a chaos everywhere. Major infrastructure buildings were targeted. People were trying to get away from the country, driving. So did we. We followed people fled in the country and went to the eastern border, northern western border, to avoid a deadly traffic jam. And it took us 6 days to flee through border with Romania to Hungary, from where my childhood friend helped to get a plane tickets and come here to San Diego. This is how we ended up crossing the border and fleeing by car from Ukraine to US. We met amazing different people on our way who reached out for crucial support and help on our way. It was like a miracle and a disaster at the same time, because you had to lose your expectation and just entrust yourself to your faith in humanity and the divine guidance and support, to pray and hope for the best. And this is what it happened on our way. We had an enormously amount of people who helped and reached out for support. And this is how we made it happen, how we came here and remain intact and safe as of now.
Olga, I think of just, I try to imagine taking on an experience like that, and especially with also caring for your son on such a journey, and just the trust that you must have had, whether because you're facing the unknown, you're facing fear, and just the resilience, because I was hearing when we spoke earlier about, accepting rides from strangers and being on the train, going to unknown destinations at times, being in safe houses, and just what that must have been like, and what resource within you supported you in coming through that.
Oh, thank you. This is a very good question. And this is truly so. Without those people who reached out at the critical moments with their helping hand and all the resources they had, whenever I look back, I see that it's just a trust and faith in the best out of the worst that kept us going. There were times that we might not have where to sleep, might not have what to eat. And my biggest fear was just to lose consciousness and got my son lost in the airports anywhere, because he was a runaway. But I just told myself, just keep on going, keep on moving, because you have a name. You have in front, at the end of the light, there is always a dawn, and at the end of the terrible night. These thoughts which kept me going, and of course, they are supporting, helping, advice, and support from my friends who I was contacting. They were telling me, Olga, you have only this much left. Just keep on pushing, keep on going. And these words kept me on the most terrible and darkest moment of our journey.
And it sounds like what you're alluding to there was moments of doubt. There was moments of just uncertainty in terms of what the path is forward. And it sounds like you have brought people into your life that have offered support, and those interactions with strangers that validated really, humankind and the human spirit to support one another.
Absolutely. It is true. With every day, with every moment of our journey, I felt as if it was meant to be so. It was some like invisible guidance which guided us and kept us safe from all the terrible circumstances which might potentially happen and did happen to some people, as I found out later. And it is truly amazingly even terrifying to look back and see what we went through and how we ended up being intact in those circumstances.
And I know from our conversation just before we started to record, just that as you spoke, there's nothing guaranteed even today, that you have to rely on yourself, and that you still remain in a position of surviving and putting one step in front of the other each and every day.
That's true. As you once mentioned, keep on standing. These words and the words from that song and from that rhyme keeps on sounding in my head as a motto. Just fake it till you make it, and keep on believing.
Beautiful affirmations for all of us to live by, and you're expressing and living that example. How about contact with your family today back home, and how are they?
Yes, luckily we do have such things as telephone and social media networks which help us to get connected, both visually and audio. So I keep on contacting my mother, who is luckily hopefully will be able to visit us one day, and to my grandmother. And it helps a lot to stay connected. And we still keep on dreaming of being reunited one day and getting together.
Wonderful. I hope for that for you as well. And today in San Diego, what are your plans?
As of now, I plan to stay here and do the best I can to change my status to any possible legal one, be it political asylum or extension of temporary protected status. I'm still searching for a decent job. I'm working part-times as an interpreter with International Rescue Committee, helping fellow Ukrainians and other people who fled this terrible war and circumstances, mostly the Russian and Ukrainian speaking ones. And I'm also teaching some Japanese language for the elementary schools in Pawa Unified School District students. So in other words, I'm just doing anything I can to help others, and this way help ourselves, which also keeps us going.
Well, Olga, I really appreciate you sharing your story. Really an incredible story of trust and survival, and I admire who you are, and I hope for an easier road for you as you providing more stability in your life and with your child as well. But I really appreciate you sharing with me and being a part of our community, and I hope you find that easier road ahead for you.
Thank you so much, Jonathan, and I appreciate your kind and so important help for us in what you do in YMCA for people in similar circumstances here in this community in San Diego, in Point Loma. It means the world, not only to us, but to many other fellow people.
Thank you, Olga. Thank you very much. And I wish you well until we connect again, but please be well.
Thank you so much. Appreciate it.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.